Hi everyone. I'm sorry, but the MacMaster can't be here today. So you've just got me, you've got Lee. No mask, no MacMaster, no jumping around the camera, no walk-bys. You've just got little old me. So I apologise if you don't like, if you'd rather have the MacMaster, but anyway, it's quite apt because we're in the Lakeland village, and this is where I grew up. It's Newby Bridge. It's very close to my heart because this was my mum's spiritual home, really. She absolutely loved it here. I grew up, if I'm babbling by the way, I haven't got any script, I'm just being me. I grew up here in Newby Bridge, just over that way. I did a couple of videos actually with my mum. I was going to get the drone up today and show you around, but I did some drone footage with my mum, which I'll put in a bit. So I spent most of my childhood here, to be honest, with my parents. Every weekend, every summer holiday, I was up here, and it's literally like my second home. I know it like the back of my hand. As I said, I've done a few videos with my mum here up in the Lake District. There's a wonderful motor museum over here which I did a video on as well, which was a while ago, and it's got some fantastic cars in there, and it's got an amazing restaurant where we're going to go. I'm going to go and have a spot of breakfast. I'm not going to mark it out of 10. I'm going to let you have a look at it. I think it's a great little place. I had afternoon tea there, I had some scones there, etc. I'm going to show you around a little bit of where I grew up, basically. I've even got a little bit of footage. I'm not sure whether I'll put it in because it is a bit embarrassing, of me when I was a teenager on the balcony, just acting the goat as I normally do. But it's an amazing place. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. I came up here the other week actually with Sarah and Harriet and James, and it was summertime. We went in the cafe actually. I went in there in the Motor Museum cafe with Sarah. We went around as well. You can go around, it's fantastic. I'll put a link actually to the video up here to the Motor Museum. You can have a look at that, and at the end, because I'm not going to go around the Motor Museum again. I did a whole video on that, and I'll put the link down below as well in the description. I'm not even going to roll an intro today. That's the MacMaster's intro. I'm just going to go straight into it and show you around. So let's take a wander around. This is the Lakeland village. It's a beautiful place. I hope you enjoy it. As I say, it's just me today, so let's go and take a look around. And in fact, I'll tell you what we'll do first. Let's pop the drone footage in now of when I was on the balcony with my mum, and it'll show you just how beautiful this place is. So here's the drone footage. Here's a clip from the video that I made with my mum. What we're looking at here is the British Motor Museum. So in there, great place to go and have a cup of tea, scone, fish and chips. Take a look. Website down below. Right below me here is the Whitewater Hotel. Used to be the Dolly Blue Works many years ago. Okay, so that was a bird's eye view of Newby Bridge. Let's take a closer look at the train that runs right through Newby Bridge. Goes from Haverthwaite to Lakeside. Let's take a closer look at that. There you go, it really is an absolutely gorgeous place. In summer, I don't mind the winter actually as well. I've been up here many Christmases as well when there's been snow on the ground. This is the River Leven, by the way. If you just have a look at it, I used to play in this river actually and walk across that waterfall There are, I'll show you a little bit later on. It did flood a couple of years ago when we had the floods, but just look how beautiful this is. It's amazing. So the Motor Museum's over that way, but we're just going to take a wander around where I grew up, up the lane here, and then back down towards what used to be the Dolly Blue Works. It was a factory many years ago, and it used to make Dolly Blue, which I think it was Reckitt's, and it was made to wash clothes in, which is odd because it was blue. But it's now a hotel. It's called the Whitewater Hotel, and it's honestly, it's a beautiful place. So come on, let's carry on. So I used to walk up and down this lane all the time, and also bike up and down it when I was a kid as well. A lot's changed, I mean, as things do. This place here to my right, now, which is now cottages, used to be a Methodist church, and they've used the brick or the stone from the Methodist, put my teeth back in, the Methodist church to build these cottages with. So yeah, take a look, there's even a little plaque. There's also a working steam railway up here as well, called the Lakeside and Haverthwaite Railway, which I did a video on. You'll see that, the link will be down below, and you'll see the little video at the end. But I went on that train the other week as well when I came up with Sarah, James and Harriet. We took James on it because he likes going on a choo-choo train, Daddy. I'm like, yeah, we are going on a choo-choo train. So, and he loved it, and it's really... It brought a tear to my eye really, because I used to run up the bridge and watch the train every time it used to whistle. It'd be, I don't know, I can't do that, but I'd run up as a kid and I'd watch it, the smoke just come over my head on the bridge. Fantastic. Oh, amazing. This is really bringing back a lot of memories, and it was lovely to bring my children up as well, so you see different generations. It was nice to see James in the same place that I was when I was a child. Anyway, let's carry on. Oh, so this was my childhood home, and I've got video footage of me actually on this balcony up here, and I brought again, I brought Sarah and James and Harriet, and they've got many photographs of me on this balcony and video footage on this balcony. And I'd got Sarah, James and Harriet up there, and it was just nice. It's like just it's generation after generation. We'll take a look. And my mum was on the video actually. I think you saw in the drone footage earlier on. She was right here. Here we go. I'm here with my 90-year-old mum in the English Lake District, now a World Heritage Site. Home to Scarfield Pike, its highest mountain, Wastewater, its deepest lake. And right here, on this balcony, come back in the picture, right behind me here, I do have some footage. And I don't know what I was on at the time. I think I'd had too much sugar, and I was with my mate Michael, who was my next door neighbour, who lived in Mansfield with me, and I'll put the footage in, but I think that was the young MacMaster coming out. Here, take a look now. Impression of James Bond. James Bond. We've had that one before though, I think. I'm running out of impressions now. I've milked that one, yeah. I've got another impression then, satellite dish. There you go, look, satellite dish, see? That's the arm, yeah? Alright then, me erecting a satellite dish. Well, I won't use the word erect because that's rude, right. There you go. Me. I've already done that one. What about this one then? Have I done this one? But no, I've done that one. What about, oh.
How about some Fleddy?
No, he might thump me. What about, I've got it. Driving a car, look. Bit stamped at wheels, look.
What about an impression of Zippy?
What's the matter, George? Can we have the rainbow storybook, please?
I think enough said about that one, the better. But this is absolutely gorgeous. Misty day today, but a gorgeous view when you've got blue skies. And we'd often walk up that, well, I called it a mountain, and seriously, it's not a mountain, it's a hill. But I used to walk to the top of there, and then also the back. I'll walk up the side and just show you the bridge where the train comes under, that you actually saw on the footage earlier on the drone footage. Right, come on, let's have a wander up. I haven't got my walking boots on, but we'll have a go. Right, it is a bit slippy, oh dear, and a bit muddy as well. I tell you what, it's amazing though, isn't it? It was only up here 2 months ago, and it was red hot. It was really, really nice. So this is the bridge that I think you might have seen on the drone footage, and the train used to come right down the back. Hey, look. And my mate Neil, I'm out of breath. My mate Neil, who used to live over the road there, bless him, he passed away many years ago. Actually used to walk across, used to make me go funny. He used to walk across here, and I was like, no. I mean, I never did. I was a chicken, but he used to do that. And oh, those were the days. I tell you what, those were the days. Unbelievable. But unfortunately, he had a motorcycle accident, but lovely lad. So just remembering you, Neil. Right, let's have a wander back down. Don't worry, we are going to go and get breakfast in a bit. As I say, I'm not going to mark it though this time. I'm going to let you make the decision. Sarah liked it. She said it was all right. She thought it was nice. It is a great place to see cars from the past. They've got an old Ford Capri in there and all sorts. Like I say, I'll put the link in the description down below. This will make for good footage if it's full, won't it? I'll put the link in the description down below, and you can have a look at that, because it really is, it's just nostalgic. It was amazing, but I did it a while ago, so a lot of you might not have seen it. Whoa, here we go. It's funny, you know, there I remember walking up here and there being a snake in the grass there, and I went running to my dad up there, up the steps, and I said to him, Dad, there's a snake, and he came out, and it was there, and it was an adder, because they have a lot of adders up here, and apparently they're poisonous, but it didn't bite me, luckily. So he said, don't worry, be all right, let it go. I think he said, don't bother it and it won't bother you. So we just left it alone. Adders, you've got to watch them. And sheep ticks. I went for a walk up there with my cousin John with his dog, and ended up getting little white sheep ticks, and you have to burn them out with the end of a cigarette end. Well, I don't know whether you have to, but that's what we did. Just get the little tick. Anyway, let's wander down to the Whitewater Hotel. I'll show you that. It's beautiful, and that's where the bridge was flooded as well a few years ago, and they had to rebuild it. Just carry on. I'm not going to say onwards, because that's his phrase, isn't it? Come on. This is like, you can just hear the birds singing. It's just absolutely gorgeous up here. And at night you can't see a thing at night. I used to go to bed in my bedroom back up there, and at night you'd turn the light off, it'd be pitch black. You couldn't see anything because there's no light contamination or whatever you call it in the sky. You can see all the stars. It's just beautiful. There's nothing at all. Absolutely gorgeous, and the air just seems so much fresher. They're building a new house here actually, and this digger on the right, James was digger, and the guy let him go in this digger here. It was absolutely made up. Right, let's get to Whitewater Hotel, and that's going to be a nice house, that is, isn't it? Wow. When I was a kid, though, I have to say, I always, I didn't overly like it. As a child, I missed being back, you know, in Mansfield, in the town and stuff, with all my mates there. I had my mates up here, but you don't appreciate it as a child. And now I look back and I think, wow, you know. But I do have a lot of fond memories, especially playing in this river. But you see, I made a little raft actually as well with Neil, and we went down the river in this raft that we made out of old pallets and some tyres and stuff. I think it sank really, didn't do very good. Not my forte. Now this is the Whitewater Hotel over here, and as I say, it used to be a Blue Works factory, Dolly Blue Works factory. You can Google that. Sorry if it's a bit noisy, it's the it's obviously the river. And when it was a factory, Neil's grandma, Nonna as she used to call her, we went in there, used to pinch her sandwiches, and the whistle would go off. And it's all changed since then. And over here now, it's actually a health and beauty place. It used to be Champneys, if you've heard of that. It's now Cascades, and keeping here. And my mother joined it, and I got to join it as a child as well. So we used to go swimming. There's a swimming pool in there. But this river here, in summer, you're not supposed to do this, by the way, and don't do it. They dive off. You get people diving off the bridge into the river itself. But this place flooded. But just have a look. It really does flood when it gets wet in winter. Have a look. See, they've actually got a sign up here now, look, by law, no person shall, without reasonable excuse, jump from Backbarrow Bridge. Any person offending, well, take a look. You also get a lot of canoeists come down here as well in summer. When I was here again the other week with the family, you got canoeists coming down that side and then coming out this end as well. And it's quite interesting watching them. I think that's all legal as well. They must have a license or something. But they used to do it a lot when I was a child. And I used to pop down and watch them all come out with my mate Neil. And it was a totally different place. Things have changed so much around here. In fact, just up the road where I stopped last night, I stopped in a place up the road there, and on the way to Ulverston, which is where Stan Laurel was born, and they've now got a Premier Inn, but they've got a McDonald's there. They've built a McDonald's, and it just looks. I mean, you know, I like a McDonald's, but I looked and I thought it's wrong. It shouldn't be there. As a child, the only shops that we had here. On a Saturday morning, we'd be watching, well, I'd be watching, my mum would be sewing dresses or whatever. My dad would be golfing at Grange Over Sands Golf Course, and I'd be on my own and I'd watch Champion the Wonder Horse, and I'd watch Swap Shop, a bit of Tiswas, and then there was no shops by, as I said, but we used to have a mobile shop called Tyson's, Tyson's Mobile Shop. And it had come round about 11, I even remember the time, 11 o'clock. I'd run down, I'd get a couple of Anglo bubblies and some, I can't remember, some sweets or chocolates or whatever. I think it was a Toffo at the time. And a Texan bar, that was it. I'd have a Texan bar, take it back, and then I think World of Sport would start with Dickie Davis, and I'd watch the wrestling with Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks. Those were the days. Come on, let's get this breakfast. Right, so we're going to go and get the breakfast. They don't just do breakfast, by the way. I think they do fish and chips and all sorts. And it's a cafe within the Motor Museum itself. As I say, I'll tell you again, I have done a video on this. Honestly, even if you're not into cars, it's nostalgic. Have a look at it. It'll be on the end. You'll see a little picture of the video. Click on that. There's also a link to the full video, the Lake District video as well. I'll try and put that on the end as well, of when I was here with my mum. And I did a tour of Ulverston. I did round Bowness. And it was a beautiful memory of my mum as well. And I'm loving just showing you around. I hope you're enjoying it. Guy with the leaf blower there. I hope you're enjoying it. And just as myself, I wanted to just be myself and have a wander around. And do you know what? There's always somebody with a noise and a leaf blowing. I don't understand leaf blowers. It just blows them to the side. Just suck them up and move them. If you blow them to the side, they're going to go back. Anyway, come on. You know, the MacMaster probably would have re-recorded that, but I can't be bothered. Who cares? Let's go and have a look at this breakfast. And as I say, you can tell me what you think about it in the comment section. I'm not marking it. I'm just having my breakfast. So here's Lakeland Motor Museum. I'll show you through the window. Look, you'll see an old Ford Escort here, but you can see all inside here on the video that I've done. Have a look. It really is a fantastic place. It brought a tear to my eyes because it just takes you back to times gone by. And absolutely fantastic. Love it in here. Love it in here. James kept wanting to touch things though. And then also there's a shop. So if you've got kids, there's a shop before you go in with loads of toys. So all they do is, and then it comes back out to that. So they want the toys. So it would cost you a fortune. You can see through the window here as well. There's the old Ford Capri, etc. Anyway, you can see the video of that. I'll put the link at the end and down below. Let's go and get this breakfast. You wouldn't get away with that advert now, would you? Not with this new woke generation. Right, so I've ordered the Ambio breakfast, which is smoked bacon, Cumberland sausage. It's got to be Cumberland sausage in the Lake District, hasn't it? And normally, if it's, now I've not had the breakfast here, if it is a genuine Cumberland sausage, it will be in a curl. Black pudding, roast tomato, fried mushroom, potato roasty, free range fried egg, house beans and toast. I don't think it's arrived yet, and that came to a total, because I had a large cup of coffee that you could literally dive into, with a little biscuit as well, Brody's biscuits. There we go. So that came to a total of £15.20. I'll show it you when it gets here. They also do ketchup and HP sauce as well. So I'll show it you when it gets here. And beautiful view out the window as well. And my mum used to come in here and she'd pop in here with a little coffee. She'd have a coffee. She'd never spend money on a breakfast or anything. She would occasionally have a scone, but she'd have a little coffee card and she'd get it stamped each time, and she used to love it when she got a free coffee. She was over the moon when she got a free coffee. I mean, we all know it's not really free, it's added on to the cost of each coffee, isn't it? But my mum liked anything free. I'll tell you what she did get free was all the salt and pepper packets. I think there's still millions of Ambio salt and pepper packets and packets of sugar. I'll tell you what, looking around at the walls and the pictures of cars of times gone by, and you know, the silver lady of the Rolls Royce, etc. If you look at you know, all the cars now, the electric cars that are coming in, I won't bore you with electric cars, but it makes you think, doesn't it? It's smacking you in the face that cars nowadays will never have the characteristics and the soul of cars of times gone by. You know, the engines, each one had a different sound, and now they all sound like a Bosch washing machine. Right, okay, so we've got the breakfast here. I mean, I'm not going to do a MacMaster, it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? You know, but you can have a closer look at it, and beans in a ramekin and a piece of toast under there as well. Anyway, just have a look at it. Right, okay, so there you go, that's the breakfast. Let's pop the beans out of the ramekin. Wow, that's hot. Kept the heat in. There we go, pop them on there. They might be homemade beans. They may be homemade beans, or they're definitely not Heinz. Got a larger bean in them, look. That's some of the largest beans I've seen. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Quite large beans there. I think they're homemade beans. Right. Let's have a taste of the Cumberland sausage. I love a Cumberland sausage. That's tasty. That is nice. Right. Got a nice piece of bread there as well. Choking on it. Nice piece of bread there. Eggs a little bit yellow for me. Proper bread though. I'll tell you what is nice here, I've said it before, is the homemade scones. Absolutely spot on. Right, I'm going to have some of the bacon. No fat on the bacon. Have a little bit of black pudding. Right, I'm not going to film myself eating this. That's a MacMaster thing. I'm just going to eat it. And then I'll see you outside. Cheers. Oh, do you know what? My mum and my dad used to say to me, "Hey lad," that was my mum actually, not my dad. My mum was Lancashire. My mum used to say, "Hey lad, never," I'll beat this out, "Hey lad, never shit where you eat." And maybe you shouldn't, because I come in here quite a bit when I come up. I still come up to the lakes with Sarah, James and Harriet, and we go in there and I have the scone in there, and it's absolutely amazing, their homemade scones. And I haven't had their breakfast before, and I shouldn't have had it really, especially on this video. I'm not going to mark it because I see them in there quite a bit, and I like the place. Don't let this put you off going to the place. Honestly, watch the video at the end, because I did a review on the scone, and I did the Motor Museum as well, and it was fantastic, and it's amazing. But unfortunately the breakfast wasn't. And if you're watching, Ambio and the lady there who I see, if I see you again, don't hit me, it wasn't I couldn't eat it, to be honest. I ate the sausage, although right at the end it wasn't cooked properly. Trying to find the receipt. And the toast, it was smothered in butter, and I'm not really into that kind of bread, to be fair, because the edges of it were rock hard, so you couldn't cut through it. Then it was like a river of butter in between it. And the beans, I've got to say, this is just me, Lee being Lee, I don't like all that posh, pompous, homemade bean rubbish. Give me some Heinz any day, or, you know, HP or whatever, or Branston. It was tomatoes mixed in with big beans, and I couldn't eat them either. I'm not going to mark it, because I'll leave you to mark it in the comment section down below. I mean, it was £11.50, and if you look at what I got, you know, the other day for £7.50 all you can eat, it's a different kind of breakfast though, isn't it? But it's just, and I came in, when I came here with Sarah, I think we had I can't remember what we had, but she enjoyed it. So maybe just an off day, I don't know, or maybe just the breakfasts. I'm not going to mark it, so if you do see me again, Ambio, I haven't marked it, and anybody in the comment section who's marked it, it's not me that's marked it. It's a shame, really. My mum used to love going in there for a coffee. The coffee's great, the cars are amazing, the staff are very friendly, but the breakfast are just, nah, not for me. I wonder what the MacMaster would have made of it. What do you reckon the MacMaster would have made of that? If the MacMaster would have shown up, what would he have said? Pop it in the comments section. I can pretty much, yeah, I can see the headline now and the thumbnail. Anyway, that's all for today. I'm not going to put the end thing on like the MacMaster does. If you do want to subscribe to this channel, you'll see a picture here, I believe. I think there's a picture of the MacMaster holding his camera. If you click on it, you can subscribe to the channel, and it's like lots of content all the time, really. And then around here there's some pictures of in there, and they're down in the description. Anyway, see you later.